Okay, konnichiwa, what's up, minasan? This is Vinny. You're listening to GHP podcast number 16. Along with me are the high score boys, minus one. So, let's start with Alan. Alan, how are you? What you been up to?
Hi, konnichiwa, what's up, everyone? I'm great. What am I doing? Still watching the same new releases for the winter season anime.
Winter? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Plus
Yep, yep.
rewatching Reincarnated as a Slime.
Ah, okay.
Dahil ang dami ko nakikitang mga clips sa Facebook. Pag scroll ka, I forgot about this. I need to rewatch this again. And
Spoilers.
looking forward to I'm gonna watch yung Konosuba movie
Ah,
Oh yeah.
this Tuesday.
only in Mega Mall. I have to go to the north just to watch that movie.
Wow. That's games, ano lang. Been playing Need for Speed Heat
Uh-huh.
and finished Outer Worlds. What was it? Like last week, couple weeks ago.
Ah, nice, nice.
I think you were the first.
Hmm.
Oh, that's replaying it in Supernova.
Whoa. Supernova.
Supernova.
Nice, nice. Okay.
Noise.
Anything else?
That's about it. Yeah, pagkakabalan dito.
How about you, pa? What's up?
What's up? Yeah, just watching all the anime this winter season, which is like crazy. No, it's not winter season. It's the fall season.
Fall.
Fall
Fall,
season
yeah.
anime is fa-
Yeah, fall.
Yeah,
Winter
yeah, but-
starts in December or January?
Nobody
Uh,
cares.
I don't know. It's still
it-
cold.
it-
It's already cold.
It starts when the previous season ends. But I've been. I think this season is the season where I've been watching the most concurrent anime same time. And
It's more simple
also-
here. It's just sunny or rainy. Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
season to be jolly.
Oh yeah. Starting
Jollibee.
September, the Philippines started Christmas.
Christmas.
So Merry Christmas, guys.
Simula ng caroling at mga patawad.
Got no money
Yeah,
for
but-
you, carolers.
At sa Pasko na.
That's eksakto Pasko. Patawad! No, thank you.
Sumimasen.
Sumima, sorry.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, so a whole bunch of anime this season, and also still catching up to Fairy Tail.
Asa ka na sa fairy tale?
I've finished the whole Grand Magic Games arc,
The tournament.
Oh.
up to the Eclipse.
Okay.
Past the Eclipse arc.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
probably one of the heaviest arcs in all of Fairy Tail. Like all the feels.
Feels.
And there's actually like one of the last ending theme of the Eclipse arc is actually pretty dark if I think about it. But
Mhm. I think that's the arc before they went into hiatus.
just about no they go into hiatus after the Tartarus arc, I think.
Tartarus. Yep.
Yeah, because after the Tartarus arc is when they disband temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
Like titty.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
Like titty.
Although if you're not watching Fairy Tail, you should. If you've been spoiled, just watch it some more.
Anyway, you've been
You'll forget
spoiled
all
already.
about it.
Watching it is still different from
Reading the manga.
Yeah.
just hearing about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there.
And what am I playing now? I mean, more Asphalt.
Oh yeah, Asphalt.
Um, also, uh, Outer Worlds as well.
Yep.
Still pushing through the. I don't know. I think I'm about halfway through, thereabouts.
Saan ka na ba? Which planet?
I've already done. I've already completed the main quests in Monarch.
Ah,
So I'm actually going to go to the what was that? Byzantium. I'm on my way to Byzantium.
oh, okay. I think after Monarch, you're already past halfway point. I think if you've already finished the main story for at Monarch.
Yeah, I was able to make peace. Make peace in
Make
Monarch.
peace in Monarch.
Yes.
Checkpoint.
And then also trying out the well, I went back to Smash because Terry is now available in Smash.
Yep.
Smash.
Yeah, Terry Bogard.
Nice.
And also because I follow this Twitter account called Scrub Coats, and the person maintaining that account has been posting more than usual because of all the comments about how unfair or how cheap Terry is,
Terry.
or including directional inputs in Smash.
It's so hard. Directional
No,
inputs.
Yeah, one of the complaints I read was like, directional inputs are outdated. They were they were used at a time when games had less buttons, so that's why they had directional inputs.
Only
I'm-
troglodytes use directional inputs now.
Like, yeah, because Smash has so many buttons, you know,
Right.
like one attack, one special, one shield. Oh, so many buttons.
Only primates use that. Primates.
Primitive mammals.
Cro-Magnons.
But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun going back into Smash, and then, well, actually it's more fun reading scrub quotes, and then like laughing at them, and then thinking, you know what, I should go back into Smash.
Okay, so anyway, let's start with the news. There's only three news articles here. So the first one was actually from BandaiHobby.net. They just released their Best Hit Chronicle. And the Best Hit Chronicle is actually getting the hit products of each company and turning it into a model kit. So the first lines, or the first line that actually was released was from Sega and from Sony, which is the PlayStation and the Saturn. So it's
Oh,
two,
so that's why.
yeah, 2x5, I think in size niya, or anyway, 2 out of 5. It's small.
2:5 or 2:5 scale.
2:5 scale, yeah. Anyway, it's small. So anyway, the video is already on YouTube. It contains everything from the internal components to the controller.
Really?
So
Really?
yep. So that's their first one. Their first release is the Saturn and the PlayStation. It also includes a disc. It won't play anything, but it's right there. Anyway,
Pro tip: you can pick up the PlayStation Classic for like $25. They're giving it
anyway,
away.
the price for this one is roughly 2,500 yen. So it's the same price, about $20 to $23.
So 1,200 pesos.
Yeah, something like that. So it's I think it's as big as the PlayStation Classic. So yeah, If
Yeah,
you
and it'll
just
do.
want something like that works, buy a PlayStation Classic, I guess.
Yeah, but considering the state of the emulated games, you'll probably be better off. It'll probably do the same thing as the Bandai model kit.
Yeah. And
It'll
the
just
model kit is
sit on your table.
interesting. Looks really well made for a model kit. So
I mean, it's a model kit. It's
yeah,
Bandai.
it's
Yeah.
Bandai. So and it's made in Laguna. We have a what do you call this new
A
factory.
factory?
Yeah,
Mhm.
of Bandai and Laguna, and they're making the figures. So I'm not sure what kind of figures. Maybe it's the Gashapon or the Gundam model kits. So one of those.
Yeah, probably Gunpla.
Gunpla. Yeah. Anyway, it's a good model kit. It looks really nice. Looks clean and stuff. Maybe it also depends on the person making it. So, the
Oh, I'm
next
sure.
the next line will be Cup Noodles by Nissin. So,
Oh,
Oh, hoy.
I'm not sure what they're planning, but yeah, if they're going to make something really unique like the cup noodle itself, then it will contain everything like the packets and stuff, and that would be awesome. Okay, so next one is $100 PlayStation Network avatar. So this
Oh, yeah.
comes from Wario64 from Twitter, who discovered it. Then the article is from TechRaptor.net. So anyway, if you can afford this thing, then you've got money to burn. It's from the game.
If you can afford
Mhm.
that, if you can afford that, just buy the season pass of Dead or Alive.
Yeah. If you think $99 DLC is ridiculous, then this is basically the most expensive JPEG or PNG file I've ever seen. Anyway, it's from Master of Mayhem, State of Anarchy, Master of Mayhem. It's a $7 or $8 game on PlayStation Store, so it's way more expensive than their game.
Me tell.
Yeah. So anyway, it could just be a prank or probably a fundraiser. Anyway, famous YouTubers get something like $100 on their super chats. So uh, rich people exist. It's not a myth.
I think, but maybe it's a like a social experiment.
Yeah,
If people
probably.
will
Maybe.
buy stuff, if you say
Maybe.
that it's no,
Yeah.
if no one wants it, if it's something that no one really is interested in, pero you put a price on it,
Hmm.
people will buy it just to have it.
Yeah. Anyway, if it could just be some like a for support of the developer. So anyway, if you see someone with this avatar, then I guess you shouldn't judge yet because maybe they just really love that developer and they want to support them. So eh, yeah,
Or
don't
maybe
judge.
they get it for free.
Don't judge. You don't have a stand.
Oh, maybe that person had just happened to have like $100 in their PlayStation account. Like, oh, I don't know what to do with this $100. Let's get this avatar.
Oh my god. I wish I was that person.
Uh,
Jeez.
and then the very next week, like a game comes out, like, oh crap! I wish I didn't buy that avatar.
Oh, I
Just
have
bought this
$100 in
game.
my wallet. Let's buy it. Rich people. Sigh. Okay, and last news: Smash Brothers Ultimate revealed Terry Bogard through a direct by Sakurai himself. So that direct kind of showed how much of a fan Sakurai is. So all the detail, the moves, his lore and stuff, it was detailed for 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's basically 45 minutes of Sakurai fanboying on SNK.
Yep, you'll know he's a fan, a really big one. And the details on the stage, like the characters they included and stuff, that's a whole another level of fanboying.
Yeah, but no my.
Yeah, that's where he expressed his frustration. In the U.S. dub of the direct, it's he said
Is
something like "for good boys and girls." Uh, playing Smash, but in the Japanese one is due to the Zero ratings, because
well,
Zero. Mhm.
yeah. Well, technically, he also said that it's for he couldn't include Mai because it's because of the zero. He wanted to keep this. He needed to keep the zero A rating
Mhm.
for good boys and girls. So he actually did say that it was for good
Good
boys and
boys and
girls.
girls, yeah.
But the context of the rating was,
Yeah,
you know,
it will change the
not
rating
there.
if they did include Mai, because as you know, the ratings did include the teen rating does include the semi nudity or
Partial
something,
nudity.
partial nudity. Yeah, so
Hmm.
yeah, it will turn
And
into a T
so,
rating.
So you know.
well, it's for zero. So even
Yeah.
in Japan, they did have the same problem.
Yeah, so Sero actually requested that the models of the female models be sent to them upside down, so they'll see what stuff are exposed.
What what do you see
What
when you
do you
turn it upside?
see? I see shadows. Eh,
Like for those
basic-
for those who don't know, my Shiranui is well, the reason why she's a very big issue for the Zero is because she has very
Two issues.
big
Weapons.
yes.
Very big guns.
Yeah.
Missiles. Missiles of mass destruction.
It's not just because she's a female character, it's because of her female attributes.
Yeah, she's the bomb.
Two bombs.
Uh, I think it's more of her uniform than of the.
Yeah, Blue
Well,
Mary has. If you check Blue
I-
Mary's
yeah.
model, she's got assets.
Yeah, but Blueberry's still there.
Yeah.
Like Blueberry's the background.
So yeah, I guess it's just the partial
it's-
nudity part. They could just give her
So, yeah.
a different costume or something, but it won't be her.
Yeah, but then yeah,
It's just a girl in a ponytail. That's it.
yeah.
So what defines my Shiranui? It's her costume.
Everything. Yeah, it's everything.
It's everything. Yeah.
But he's the best.
Anyway, I guess that's all for this one. So I guess we'll have to go straight to the news. I mean, the main topics. There are actually three right now. First one is Doctor Sleep, which I just saw last night. So I'll just give you my thoughts on it. Then we'll discuss Outer Worlds, which everyone played except me. So basically, it's just convincing me to play this freaking game. And the last one is subscription services. Since the Outer Worlds was actually free on Game Pass, it will be connected in some way. So, anyway,
I will make it connect.
yes, chain combo. So
Yes.
let's start with Doctor Sleep. So Doctor Sleep is actually the sequel of The Shining. It's by Stephen King, and it's good. It won't be the thing that you actually expect, which because I had pretty much an expectation on what the movie is. It's not the same as what I expected, which made it really good.
Did you
It's
expect the comedy?
not really, but anyway, it's
Then it's
Obi
not
Wan.
what you-
It's Obi Wan. So we got Obi Wan as the kid that grew up, Danny from The Shining, and this is basically his story. And it's more like Shining turned into Star Wars. So if you want to know more about that, just watch the movie. They turned it into a good versus evil movie, which somewhat is discussed in the first one, but it's more it's more what do you call this? It's shown here more compared to
It's
the
more explicit.
more
Yeah.
explicit. Yeah. So other than that,
Uh,
yep.
because I think the director also has mentioned that he wanted to keep um, the Doctor Sleep as faithful to the book as possible.
Yeah, and Stephen
Uh,
King did like it, the movie
yeah,
itself. So
yeah, which is something
yeah.
because Stephen King didn't like Kubrick's The Shining.
Yep. And so basically, you got the author's approval on this. So that's a thing.
Yeah, that's something.
That's
Saying
something.
something.
Yeah. And the funny part here is the amount of Ruby references that I saw throughout the movie, which surprised me a lot because I just finished Ruby season 6, started on 7, which is just one episode, and my goodness, it was all over. So anyway, if you're a big Ruby fan, you might want to see this as well because you're gonna get it. And
Oh
if
yeah.
you loved Kubrick's camera work, the new director did actually do a good job of replicating that. So it feels like a Kubrick movie, but it's not. So
Yeah,
there.
because I read the review somewhere like where he was like saying that the movie does a good job of being both of being a sequel to both Kubrick's The Shining and Stephen King's The Shining
Mhm.
because it takes elements of like it sort of follows on from both the book and the movie,
Mhm.
so which is pretty hard.
Yeah,
Which is pretty hard to do, I guess.
and he pulled it off. So
Yeah.
big points there.
That's what
Big
she
points. He's got big points.
Oh,
Oh,
I think we have a
we have a special
newcomer,
stream guest.
new challenger.
New
arrived.
challenger. Okay, we got
Here
Cal.
comes the new challenger.
Nice.
I fell
Joining
asleep.
midstream.
Midstream.
Yeah,
Mystery.
I'm not Doctor Sleep. I don't have a doctorate. I'm just Mr. Sleep.
Mr. Sleep.
Yeah, and
Midstream, eh?
I didn't wake
What's
up.
this? What do you call this? Sample.
Yeah.
APE.
So you,
Collect
yeah,
it
you gotta give
midstream.
it midstream.
Okay, Cal. Anyway, let's see what Cal's up to. What's up, Cal?
What's up?
What's
Let
up?
me see what's up.
What you been up to?
Outer Worlds, of course.
You know, yeah, I've been playing Outer Worlds
Mhm.
like everybody else.
Otter Worlds?
Author
Outer
world.
It's
Otter.
about mammalian sea life. The Outer World.
Otter Worlds.
The Outer World. Been watching anime. Still playing Iceborne. Waiting for you noobs to come play it next year, I guess.
PC.
Hey, it's on sale on GameStop, $40.
Yeah,
PC
already have it, though.
only.
so
I
that's,
don't.
that's on you. Yeah, that's on you.
Uh,
guys.
I'm waiting for you to convince me.
After 3 months of convincing, not yet.
It's actually, they have the Resident mashup thing going on. Pretty cool.
Yeah, the RE2 thing.
You should like it's worth it just to pay for the Mr. X DLC for the handler.
Hmm.
She looks so much better. Yeah.
Mr. X is gonna give it to you.
Yep.
Nice.
That's it. Yeah. You know, video games, anime, reading manga,
Uh-huh.
and work. You know, just
Work. Work.
work.
same old stuff. Yep. Work.
Work.
Pay for all of my addictions.
Okay. Anyway, let's go back to this one. Anyway, I did see Doctor Sleep. Really good movie. Um, I won't rate it because ratings are different in each person. So
You
I'd
recommend-
rather not use numbers anyway. Um, so it was directed by Mike Flanagan. Yeah, so Mike Flanagan did a really
Yeah,
good
the
job in
he
this
did
one.
the hunt. What was that? The
Hunting on Hill House.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
something
I
like that.
like that.
So
I
he
like that.
did
Yeah,
have
Like
a
something.
that. The TV show?
history on and Ouija. He also did Ouija, Origin of Evil. So he has a history of horror movies. Although this isn't really as scary as the first Shining, I still did feel disturbed because the lady in 237 is still here. So uh, there you go. Anyway, for those fans of The Shining, I highly recommend it. If you guys want to see it and you haven't seen The Shining, I do recommend you see Kubrick's Shining first, then go straight to this one. Because there's a lot of context here from the first movie, and if you're
But
looking for what do you call that? Something made for the fans, fan service. There's a
yeah,
lot in the end of the movie, so
but
And
but
also
but what
watch movie to
but
get
what
the
if they've
references.
only seen what if they've only seen The Shining from Ready Player One?
Huh.
that's not enough. It's not enough. But yeah, it's a really great one. I highly recommend it. So, any questions? We'll go straight
Do you recommend
to
it?
the Outer Worlds, where you guys are gonna convince me to play the game.
It's great. Go buy it.
Okay.
Dave, would
Did
you
you like
recommend
the
the
first
movie?
Fallout?
Oh yeah, yeah. The top view Fallout
Isometric.
isometric. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. So it feels more Fallout than the newer ones.
It feels more Fallout than the new Fallout.
Yeah. Yes. Even though it's
Case.
sci-fi.
Anyway,
Mhm.
let me just read something here. The Outer Worlds is developed by Obsidian Entertainment. They were found in December 31 of 2003. Release date of Outer Worlds was October 25, just recently, 2019. Platforms are PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, which surprised me.
Yeah,
um,
it's coming next year.
yeah,
Coming
To the
next year.
Switch, right?
yep.
Yep.
Basically, I was actually waiting for that, but if you guys can convince me to get it on PC right now, I guess now's the time. So, who wants to start?
Play it on any platform you want.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's an RPG, so I won't say that you absolutely need the solid 60 frames per second buttery smooth performance with VSync and MSAA stuff. You don't really need that because it's an RPG by nature, and
Mhm.
it's the art design itself is enough to make it look good.
Hmm.
It's like, so it kind of reminds me of when I first saw No Man's Sky, the like screenshots and trailers of No Man's Sky,
yeah.
and how they wanted to sort of evoke the feeling of like the 60s sci-fi um, novels,
Mhm.
the the kind of psychedelic covers of sci-fi novels in the 60s. So that's also kind of what Outer World feels like
Mhm.
when you look at the environments. So if you're into that kind of thing, like that's more on the art rather than the any technical issue.
Nice.
So yeah, so and the writing is always good. The writing is actually one of the things that surprised me the most about this, and which is why I brought up Fallout, like the old Fallout, because the writing
Mhm.
here feels a lot closer to the old Fallout than something like like the Bethesda Fallouts.
Mm.
Mhm. And just to add on that, I mean, it's not. You're not gonna need like a powerful PC kasi the
Mhm.
graphics. I mean, yes, it'll help. It'll give more details to, I guess, the grass or the water, whatever. Pero
Hmm.
it's kind of like what Pao said. The art style itself is enough for you to grasp the how rich the visuals of the games are.
Hmm.
Um, as far as the writing goes, well, I mean, there's the story. So I want to say the story is okay. I mean, parang sometimes I feel my gray areas like why you've been they just revived you and then you're going around and doing errands for the person who revived you without knowing fully the motives or whatever. Pero
Yeah.
ano lang eh, it's just a usual kind of like story just to put a backstory to your character.
Yeah. It's like,
Well,
That,
yeah,
that
it
that
reminded
actually
me of
sounds like
the Fallout.
Animal Crossing.
Well, actually, if you think about the first Fallout, the first Fallout, you were sent out from your vault to get
a
like
dick,
food
right?
and water, right?
Mhm.
Food and water so that you can survive long for a longer period because
Mhm.
you're running out of resources, and then
Mhm.
like there's a like that's the main problem that you have, so that's why you're going out of the vault. And it's like the first thing, one of the first people I encountered in when I went out of the in Fallout was a merchant who said that, oh, I have food and water. Like, "Oh, okay, I have a vault that needs food and water. Can you go back there?" And it's like, oh, it's like, okay, so my quest is finished. And it, but that's like one possible um outcome, right?
Yep.
Right.
It's like, because I feel like that'll like that thread didn't really resolve itself. But anyway, going back to the Outer Worlds,
Mhm.
it also feels like that because so you're revived from suspended animation
Mhm.
because you were part of the first colony, one of the first colonies to leave the solar system, and you're supposed to inhabit a new planetary system.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but for some reason, your ship and all the people on your ship didn't wake up from suspended animation, and and so you were the only one who was revived
Revive.
at the beginning of, and then you're given a mission like, okay, you have to get all these chemicals
Mhm.
Mhm.
so that
So we can revive
the
the rest.
yeah, so that the doctor who revived you can revive the rest of the of your of the people on your ship.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the one of the first things you learn is that the doctor who revived you, sort of like a wanted criminal.
Yeah, with one of the highest bounties in the system.
What the
Yeah,
heck?
so
You
you're
were
given a
revived by
choice
Monkey D.
very
Luffy?
early.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, maybe, but then like very early on, you're given the option to actually
Turn
turn
him
him
in.
over, yeah, turn him over to the authorities.
Mhm.
And
Which
even
is
though I
hilarious,
haven't
by the
tried it,
way.
what
Yep.
You
did you
did
try
it.
it?
That is, I said it's hilarious. That they even have the option.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
yeah, yeah. It's like
Like, yeah,
I
you
didn't
just
try
save
it.
you, and you're like, yeah, let me.
Let me just try this.
Yeah, and it's like I assume like it's gonna end the game at some like, like, oh, okay, that's done. But that's the kind of thing that reminded me of Fallout
Uh-huh.
rather than like, so it sort of evokes the writing of older Fallout rather than the Bethesda Fallouts,
Hmm.
Hmm.
which is always good. But on the other hand, it's not as open as something like Skyrim
Mhm.
or
Hmm.
Oblivion or Morrowind or something. The closest I would say is the closest to a modern equivalent would be the newer Deus Ex games.
So it's somewhat
Um,
linear in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not
Uh-huh.
completely open. So it's
Mhm.
like you've got towns, like especially if you've played the what was that, Mankind Divided,
Uh-huh.
the with
Mhm.
the latest of the Deus Ex ones. Like the cities are like larger, but they're still like confined. So that's
Mhm.
how it feels. Like when you go out in outside of town in Outer Worlds, even though
Mhm.
you're like on a planet, it's still like fairly confined.
Right. Saka, there's some, let's say an area. I mean, you can explore the whole planet that you're in
Mhm.
Hmm.
as soon as you land. But however, there's areas that's not going to trigger anything. Like there are areas that's not going to have, let's say, a particular NPC or something like that
Mhm.
until unless you finish a certain quest or you talk to a certain person or something like,
Yep.
or
Mhm.
really do a certain type of action.
Hmm.
Ah.
So they're not always going to be there
Yeah.
until
Oh,
you
and
progress the story.
yeah,
Mhm.
and even in conversation, like
Hmm.
uh, also like the older Fallout's, like
Mhm.
if your skill, like for example, your persuade skill is not high enough, like there are certain dialogue options that won't be available to you at all,
Hmm.
Mhm.
and like sometimes like um you have like sometimes you can see on the menu like a dialogue option that's grayed out because you don't have a high enough persuade skill, for
Mhm.
example.
Hmm.
But there are also times when you won't know that there was an option there because one of your stats was not high enough or something.
Mhm.
So that was also surprising to learn
Mhm.
because I read somewhere that I read somewhere that there's a secret bad ending that you can get
Mhm.
Yes.
only if your intelligence is low
If
enough.
if it's too low. Yep.
and and the way to get it is that you if your intelligence is low enough, then this dialogue option becomes available to you,
Uh-huh.
and you won't actually see it if your intelligence is high enough.
Idiot savant.
That's funny.
Well, more or less ganun. But
Mhm.
speaking of your intelligence and stats, it kind of follows regular Fallout mechanics.
Mhm.
You have your main stats
Hmm.
at the beginning where you can set it. Like, I think it's strength,
Well,
intelligence.
melee or
Well, no,
oh
before
no
that,
no
yung ano
oh
lang,
yeah
yung
yeah
strength
like
pa.
the,
Yep.
average or
Hmm.
high or
Right.
above average.
Something that defines your actual character,
Mhm.
aside
Yeah.
from stuff that you can learn or train for, like yung one melee weapons, range weapons, or dexterity. Or
Mhm.
some your, I guess you can say your innate stats, like how much you charm you
Right.
have, your perception, your strength.
Mhm.
There's that from the very beginning, and then after that, every level you gain, you'll be able to put points into um like substats like stealth,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
governs your
Stealth,
lock picking, your stealth,
lockpicking, hacking, yeah, stealth,
hacking. Hmm.
and then your leadership, which is your
Um,
what's that? Determination and or
inspiration and
yes,
determination,
Mhm.
yep.
Anyway,
So
which
which
affects
affects your
your
co-op, your
companions.
no, no yeah your party members.
yeah,
Hmm.
regarding the writing, I think the reason why it feels so Fallout because Obsidian was actually
Hmm.
done by the previous people of Black Isle
Yep,
Studios, who actually did the
yep,
original Fallout.
yep.
Yep.
So yeah,
So part of
mhm.
Black Isle went to Obsidian. Part of
Mhm.
Black Isle went to In Exile,
Mhm.
and both of them are now part of Microsoft. So
Microsoft owns
good old
Black Isle.
Microsoft, good old Microsoft, reuniting Black Isle Studios.
Yep, they should just make Black Isle
So
again.
Mhm.
well, so that means that who I'm gonna bet that in the next over the next 3 years, like Microsoft will become some sort of RPG powerhouse.
Mhm.
Bigger than EA.
Well, yeah.
What does EA have? Bioware.
BioWare.
What does EA? Sheesh.
Well, since we touched on companions, so the companions you get are they're not like just people you can recruit. They have great character. Well, no, they have great character stories or backstories,
Except Sam.
and as well as character development. The longer you play.
Yep. Except Sam.
Wait, who? Oh, Sam.
Sam.
Yeah, Sam doesn't have anything.
Yeah, because he's an android.
Uh-huh.
Sam is
he's a
awesome.
robot.
What,
Oh,
what,
Sam.
what was that?
Story ever.
He's awesome.
But I think when you finish the game, Sam has one of the best outcomes.
Oh, really?
Like
Wait,
what
wait, wait.
I mean, like what happens to him after you finish the game.
Magically
him and
turns into a
Ada
real
get
boy.
married.
It's like, I'm a real boy now. But no, yung mga characters, they all have great character story or development, especially if you invest in them. Like, if you finish their companion quests or whatnot.
Like one of the earlier characters you can recruit, the Vicar Max.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I didn't want to recruit him. It's like
Yeah. Like a
like
psychopathic.
sometimes
One of the best characters.
yeah,
my
that's
opinion.
the thing, right? That's the thing. Like when I accepted a quest from him, like before you recruit him, you accept a quest from him,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like if you do this quest, it'll be like it's a typical like religious, religious
Right.
freedom kind of quest. And it's like, oh man, but then after you after you finish the quest, like his reaction when you give him the thing, like, oh, this is great.
Shit.
Yeah, and then I sort of had this feeling that you were gonna recruit him. So all throughout the quest, like, I don't think I'll recruit him, but what the heck? I'll just turn in this this quest item thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when his dialogue starts, when you give him the quest item, and his reaction, and you listen to his reaction, and you're like, oh wow, this is great. So I was like, oh, can I join you? Oh sure, come on,
Sure.
brother. welcome to the gang.
Like a bipolar priest.
Yeah, but and then
Actually,
it's,
not too far off.
yeah.
Interesting.
and then when he, like, the first thing you do on his companion quest is you have to meet this person.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gives you a reason, like, oh, I'm gonna meet this person because he has details on what
on something. Yep. Uh-huh.
yeah, on something. And then when you meet him, it's like, it's not like
Like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
like, it's not what you expected. And it's like it's like, wow, this is so great. This is so great. And I especially like the banter that they have.
Right,
When-
just a random banter,
Yeah.
depending
And-
on who you have with you.
Yeah, it's like it's like in KOTOR or like in the Bioware stuff.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Baldur's Gate, except the game doesn't stop when they start dialoguing. Like you can still continue. So I actually found that funny because one time, like, my two companions were talking and then I got into a fight and then they started like blasting the thing, and then after the fight, you're like, as I was saying, and then they continued on their conversation.
Random banter.
Yeah, and same as with the other, some of the Bioware games, like when you're talking to an NPC, especially if it's a quest, it's a major quest related NPC,
Mhm.
they'll start like they'll
Giving
start
their opinions.
interjecting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they'll give their opinions, but it's not like um, but it's more but it's better now because usually what happens in some of the other games is that uh, the quest giver talks, then your character
We'll talk.
will talk, and then the one of your party members like gives a comment, and then the conversation continues. But
Right.
in this case, like the quest giver talks, you say something, and then your party member injects something.
Says something.
But
And
then
the quest giver kind of acknowledges
reacts,
what they say.
reacts to that, and then your other party member might also react to what the quest giver said.
Which
And then-
also will affect the dialogue options that you have.
yes.
Depending on who you have, or what
Yeah, so
what
some-
comments they made.
yeah. So it's actually really good. Like it feels a lot more natural. Like it's the natural progression of that kind of system.
Ah.
So it's really good. It's like and for once an Obsidian game that isn't buggy as all heck.
I think it just become
It's-
the New Vegas just became buggy because they were given a deadline, a very short
Oh
one.
yeah, same as Kotor 2. Same as
Yeah.
Kotor 2. Kotor 2 they had to finish in like 1 year. So it's like so you
Which is
know
amazing
the whole
for how well that game turned out.
well they also cut out the whole like 1/3 of the end. So that's
Yeah.
how they got it.
And there you
But
go.
yeah. But yeah, it's like
Which is the
it's like if you could see the progression that Obsidian made, like you could see you could always see like in their games that they were like that they had good design sense, but they were always like restricted by something, whether it's technology or timeline or budget or whatever. And this is like Outer Worlds is like, what if Obsidian actually had enough time and money to do something nice?
Right. Their way.
Yeah.
Like they're able to do something
Yeah.
their way.
Yeah, and they did this without Microsoft's money yet.
Hmm.
So it's like,
Microsoft.
but then, but then who was this private division who is under Take Two? So well, Take Two also has money. So it's like, yeah,
Although Take Two is kind of doing really bad decisions recently.
everybody makes bad decisions.
Yeah. Especially their.
Look at Blizzard. Look at Blizzard.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, yeah, I don't know about Diablo 4 / Path of Exile. No, honestly, I've watched streams of that game, but it's good.
Hmm.
It looks really
Uh,
good.
You know what? I don't like the fact that they're like saying, "Oh, Diablo is going back to dark." I mean, like for crying out
but-
loud, Diablo 3 was pretty dark. I mean,
Oh,
seriously.
it was pretty dark.
No, Diablo 3 is not dark. It's got bright colors.
Uh,
I mean, like,
You
I
know?
mean,
Well,
spoilers, but like,
Yeah.
Leah dies. I mean,
they killed
when
Deckard
it
Cain,
comes to-
so that's very dark for me.
Oh,
like,
spoilers! But then, if
Yeah,
you
I
haven't
know,
played
right?
Diablo 3 by now, you
That's your
know.
fault. It's your
Only-
fault. So,
Leah dies.
It's my
becomes the
fault.
vessel of Diablo.
Haven't finished Diablo
I'm
yet.
like,
But
I don't know.
the
I thought it
colours-
was pretty dark.
Colors.
Yeah, but I'm not disagreeing with you. It's just that it's like a lot of people say that Diablo 3 is more colorful, therefore it's not as dark. It's like, come on, people. It's like,
that's not what they meant.
Alright.
Come on.
come on, people. It's just colors. It's like, why can't we get a dungeon crawler with more shades of brown?
More shades of
Right.
blue. No green.
Well, speaking
Ah.
of shades of brown, kind of like Outer Worlds. It's more brownish.
Well,
Kind of like just like what Paul said, it's like No Man's Sky when they
Yeah.
when they first showed it
Yeah.
in when E3.
Yeah, when you get to the groundbreaker the first time, like when you enter the groundbreaker, it's like, oh my gosh. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, yeah. Since you mentioned Groundbreaker, in this game, I think you don't have to worry too much about character romancing your characters.
There is no romance.
Yeah, they'll find their own romances.
So you're forever alone.
Uh
No,
You still have Ada. You still have Ada.
Oh, that's
Ada is your
That's
romance.
your best
which
friend
I'm still upset kasi
Ada is your ship AI. Yeah, Ada is your ship AI. So
Why you gotta spoil it like that?
because
That,
We already spoiled
that sounds
it.
like Kankole, dude. Your wife was a sheep! A sheep!
Ada is actually pretty dope. Like anyway, I would
Yeah,
still
but-
pick Ada anyway. Through all these other people.
Well,
yeah, but no, but I think it's good. I think the fact that there's no romance option improved the
Improved the
dialogue.
game.
Yeah, it sort of like improves the dialogue between the party members,
Mhm.
and it's like because they didn't have that romance option thing. It's like okay, like they were able to better develop the stories around the characters.
Kasi it'll still feel like they're all at your side
Mhm.
instead of
Yeah.
one of them being too jealous or a few of them being too jealous to talk to you or they're not gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's only if you try like in other Bioware games to romance everybody. That's the only time that happens.
anyway, they don't write stuff like the Japanese do, so.
I don't know.
No
like,
tsunderes.
it-
No tsunderes.
Oh, Ada is the fastest tsundere ever. Like at first, oh yeah, I'm gonna eject you. Kidding.
Like, oh, right. I'm kidding. I can't do that.
It's
Like-
not like I'm doing this for you.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna blow them out of the sky. Do you want to do that? No. Okay, good,
then-
because we don't really have any weapons.
Yep. And then all of a sudden you're like the captain of the ship.
Uh-huh.
That's you. I'm saying she's a tsundere. Tsundere.
Sundarius.
Tsundere.
Tsundere.
But yeah, it's good. It's good.
It's good. And that's true. It's less buggy. Yeah, I haven't really experienced any
Yeah, me too.
game-breaking bugs or bugs
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah,
For the most
it's
part.
like it took me like 3 hours to find like to encounter that bug where the NPCs just look at you for like 2 minutes while everything's loading and then they start talking and even then it's like game breaking. So it's like
Make sure that's not your laptop being slow.
what? No, because I'm not playing with my stuff.
Oh.
He's
then
playing
it's your
using
Xbox being
Game
slow.
Pass.
Yeah, I doubt it's the I doubt
No,
it's
no,
the
that's
Xbox's
true.
fault.
Nah, I experienced that. I had to reload the games. Like, reload.
Well,
Mine
I'm
didn't
being
even
fortunate.
start talking. They just like.
Looking
just
at
look-
you.
Well,
Fine.
my in my game at least they continued. It just took a while, and I was like, "What's he doing? What's he looking at? Are you stop staring at me?" Hello, hello.
Chris, stop that.
I think.
But yeah, good
Yeah,
voices.
I guess
good-
the only complaint I have with the game is there's too much emphasis, I guess, sa dialogue.
Mm.
You're if you're
Yeah.
if you're just going to role play it and play like the quest or
like yeah.
like
if
doing
if
the
you're
quest, napaka OP. As long as you have a high persuasion skill, you're
yeah
OP.
yeah if you're trying to role play a character who's like a bit of a rough person who basically solves things with their true force,
Mhm.
you're gonna have a harder time.
Ah.
But it's still viable. It's still viable. You just
Mhm.
you just have to
Plus, you miss
Be-
out on
be
some
more careful.
story elements, I think.
Yeah, but it's still, but
You'll still be able to finish
still,
or play the game.
yeah, still viable. You'll still finish everything. You'll still be able to see like everything. Like,
But you'll still be able to enjoy the game,
yes,
even if you don't. Even if you're just running and gunning and shooting everything.
yeah, because shooting actually feels nice.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't understand where people are saying, oh, the shooting is serviceable. I'm like, that's
What are you
pretty
talking
good.
about?
It's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good,
a-
That-
that's
especially
shooting's very
compared to Borderlands 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have that
that's what I'm
Max
saying.
Payne bullet time effect. It's fun.
Tactical time dilation.
Uh-huh. It's kind
Yeah,
of
it's like-
fun to do that.
Yeah, it feels good to like shoot even melee.
Mhm.
It's like because I'm playing mostly melee build, and it's like oh even melee feels all right. Like it doesn't feel terrible. Like
Yeah,
it,
people
like
are like complaining.
it's no Skyrim.
Comparing it. Yeah, I
Alright.
think it's a lot better than.
Yeah, that's why. It's like
Yeah.
how can you
Oh, you
how
mean,
can you
okay, I get it. Yeah.
yeah it's like people are playing Skyrim for like for a decade now, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like this feels a lot better to play, like just play than Skyrim.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, I think the shooting is pretty tight. So I'm like,
Yeah.
because I've read reviews where they're complaining about, oh yeah, you know, the shooting is still like a Bethesda game. I'm like,
Like reviews
game
from
what game are you guys playing? You know?
power
I
reviews
mean-
from FPS players.
wait,
Playing
unless
Outer Worlds.
unless they're talking about Bethesda id, you know. I mean yeah, it's not as good as a Bethesda game. Yeah, like Doom. Like obviously it's
Like,
not.
yep.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, it's like it's not even, you can't even compare to Fallout, even Fallout
Yeah.
4. I mean,
Yeah,
'cause I think the comparison was like the shooting is a lot like Fallout 4. But I'm like, I'm playing it, and I do like Fallout 4, and I played it a lot. But that's not even a comparison. You know, it feels completely different. Like all the guns have a different feel
Mm-hmm.
versus like Fallout 4, all the guns feel the same.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yep.
here, you when you're firing a sniper rifle, it feels like a sniper rifle.
Yep. Yep.
Assault rifle or light machine gun, they all feel different. Even
Right.
the flamethrower feels good, you know. But
Yep.
I don't know where people are get. I mean, I get it, you know, 'cause it does have a lot of similarities, but I don't know. I think it's not getting the credit it's due because I think they really did a good job with the shooting mechanics.
Mm-hmm. They did. I think it's a very balanced game. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
bring anything
Oh.
new to the table as far as this kind of genre,
Mm-hmm.
but it did it did all the elements for this kind of genre pretty well.
It's
You know what
RPG
pisses
comfort
me
food.
off though?
Mm-hmm.
You know what pisses me off though?
What?
There's beds that you can't sleep. You can only sleep on the bed in the friggin' shift.
Right?
It's
like,
no, because we're doing
fuck.
Supernova. Because we're doing Supernova.
Oh,
Uh,
is that what it is?
yep.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with this game? I can't sleep on any other bed aside from the one in the ship.
Yeah.
Only
For Supernova. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I thought it was like a retarded design choice.
And,
Yep.
Supernova pala is it's kind of like it's a hardcore mode without permadeath, but you do it's not hardcore mode. I say
Well,
more of a survival
Yeah.
kind of mode.
Yeah, like in New Vegas, like you get hungry or thirsty,
Mm.
stuff like that. So that's what Supernova mode is. It's like you get hungry or thirsty after some time, and your party members don't revive after
Oh,
if
yep. They have
They die.
permadeath.
yeah,
Mm.
and you can only rest in your ship.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, if you're feeling crazy, you can
Yeah,
you can play Supernova.
Yeah, so
not
that's
that
what
bad.
it means. It's a difficulty setting. Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
No, I mean, it's easy, normal, hard, and then supernova.
And
Not that
someone
bad.
started on Supernova.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did.
Yep.
Great.
Somebody did.
That is
Not that
so
bad.
great.
Yeah,
No, it's
it's
not that bad.
yeah. I mean, food is easy enough to come by there, so it's
Uh
not
huh.
as long
Yeah,
as you
yeah, yeah.
prepare, as long as you prepare well enough.
Mhm.
Yeah, before venturing out,
Yeah,
you'll
you're,
be
you'll
fine.
be
But you know
fine.
what? Yeah, the I think the penalties are too steep for. But
For
maybe
what?
because it's hard, man. No, for because like if you're hungry, you're like shooting
Oh,
goes down
right,
by
right.
20 points. You know, like I
Mhm.
mean,
Okay,
it's
it's
very
it's I know
punishing.
it's I think it's 4 different levels, but you hit level 1 of the penalty really quickly.
And especially since you can't sleep on any other bed, it's kind of annoying that you have to go back to the ship.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh,
to sleep.
not only that, if you get maimed or you get a concussion or something, it
Mhm.
doesn't heal. It doesn't heal unless you sleep, which you can only do in your ship.
Ship.
So if you fall off a ledge and you're maimed until you sleep. You can't heal it.
Yep.
So that's I guess that's another annoying thing. But
Well,
it helps you. It teaches you caution, I guess.
yep, yep. Well,
No,
the
yeah,
solution there is
I'm enjoying
to
though.
bump it down. Like,
No, it's
So
I'm actually
you
enjoying
can.
it a lot.
Mhm.
no, I mean, I mean, people might be turned off like, oh man, this game is so hardcore, it's not my type. But no, I'm
No,
playing on normal, and normal is actually pretty.
pretty easy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
normal is like good for well, normal. The label for normal is the way they meant it to be played, and
Mhm.
it feels just right. Like
Right.
you have enough stuff. You're not gonna be um you're not gonna be like there's not gonna be a time where you feel like oh you're lacking something, like
Mhm.
you're running out of ammo like in Resident Evil or something,
Mhm.
or that you're stuck somewhere because you only have like one med kit and you're surrounded by 10 enemies or something. Like it's not gonna feel like that. So normal is actually good. I think it's good enough for everyone. Like even
Right.
if you're a complete beginner
Mhm.
to this type of RPG.
It's good enough if you wanna just enjoy the game, finish the
Yep,
story.
yep.
Nice, nice.
And it's not like, but it's not like easy enough that you just steamroll through everyone. It's
Mhm.
uh like I've died many times, mostly due to my own carelessness. Like but yeah, it's like it's still fun enough that it's just enough that you still have to pay attention, so you're not gonna be like god mode or something, but but it's not also as punishing that it's gonna turn off people who aren't into
Mhm.
RPGs.
Okay.
Good stuff. It's good stuff. It's better than I
Mhm.
expected. Much better.
Mhm.
Okay. Outer Worlds out now, and it's also included in Game Pass, which
Eh,
will actually go to our next topic.
and make
Subscription.
sure make sure you're playing Outer Worlds and Outer Wilds,
Outer Wilds.
because I
Or outward.
because 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 titles are hard.
Apparently.
Okay, so our next topic, subscription services. I believe each one of us are actually subscribing
Have
to
multiple.
something. Yeah,
Oh yes,
we have one of those.
yeah, multiple things.
Yep. So
Shall we
right
like
now,
run down what we have?
oh yeah, sure.
Oh crap.
Do we need to?
I think so. Just so we kind of know, in like if
Okay,
we actually have something to add to
okay.
to
Mhm.
we know like not to go overboard, I guess.
Or
In the
or know that we've already gone overboard.
Exactly. Or
Oh,
that.
I know I've gone overboard.
I know.
Same here. Okay. Anyway, who wants to start? Who has multiple subscription services?
I
Let's
have.
start with someone who went overboard.
I went overboard.
Okay, pal. Your thoughts on subscription services?
Don't go overboard. Make sure to list down all your services so that you know how much you're spending in a month.
And you know what to cancel.
Yes, and you know what to cancel. Like there was a time I had to cancel Crunchyroll for a while because I was running out of money. But then, so now, so like let's say now I have like Netflix. I have Verve, which is like the Crunchyroll plus High Dive plus Curiosity Stream plus Rooster Teeth subscription,
Plus Nickelodeon.
which yeah, plus Nixplat plus Boomerang,
Yeah.
which and it's actually one of the best, one of the better subscriptions I've
Yep.
Yeah, best bang for your buck for sure.
Oh yeah,
All the
yes,
stuff they put on there.
yeah. Also that like they also have like the horror channel. What's that?
Stutter?
Yep,
Shutter?
that's-
Shutter?
That's awesome.
Shiver,
Something like
Shudder,
that.
Shudder, yeah,
Shutter.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, that's
Something
pretty
like that.
awesome.
Yeah, Verve is nice. Verve is really good, but it's only available in the US.
Yep.
But Verve, I think Verve saved me a lot of money. Because I was actually thinking of getting High Dive, but then when I already had Crunchyroll, but then they said, "Oh, Verve's gonna get High Dive," so okay, that's great.
Yeah, I wish
And then-
Funimation was still there.
Yeah.
It's Sony's fault.
Yeah, alright, asshole.
So, yeah. And then I also have Amazon Video,
Yeah.
but that's
Prime.
because it's part of Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have Hulu. And Hulu I got because of Spotify. Because I got the Hulu plus Spotify for $14.
Holy crap, man! You're not kidding about the whole thing. A lot of.
Went overboard now.
Oh yeah. Well, yep. So Hulu. Yeah, I only got that Hulu plus Spotify because it was cheaper than getting both separately. And then-
I believe
oh.
you're also in Apple Music as well.
Yeah, I have
Other
Apple
than
Music.
other than Spotify. My God.
Because I don't really like Spotify.
Why do you have Spotify then?
For the
Because
Hulu.
it comes with Hulu.
Oh my god.
See?
So the reason I have Spotify is because Spotify is used in a lot more platforms,
Mhm.
and but actually my preference is still Apple Music because Apple Music is the one that has the capability for you to make playlists based on songs that are available on their library plus your library
Mm.
because it integrates with iTunes, right?
Mhm.
And I spent like a decade within a decade like using iTunes to manage my music
Okay.
because honestly like iTunes is still one of the best on Windows, which is kind of sad because iTunes now is not as good as it was, but still one of the better ones.
Okay.
So Apple Music actually allows you, like I said, like they have this feature where you can upload your music, which is similar to what Google Play Music do,
Mhm.
but Apple Music has a better library than Google Play Music in the Philippines.
Mhm.
So I went with Apple Music.
Anyway, we're not done yet.
Yeah, we're not done yet. So I've also got the let's see.
Did you get Google Play Pass?
Oh yes.
Oh my god.
So, so I have
Ridiculous, man.
wait.
Galit ka yata sa
Well,
pera.
well, aside from Xbox Live Gold and the PS Plus and the Switch Online, I've also got Xbox Game Pass, Apple Arcade, and Google Play Pass.
Wow.
And Google Play Pass is actually the one that I'm thinking of canceling
Hmm.
because I think we
Are
discussed
you
this
sure?
last time.
Yeah, yeah. You sure?
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'd
pretty
love
sure.
to see your monthly bill.
You can
Uh,
probably feed a small country with your monthly
uh,
expenses.
Anyway. Um, what happened?
You disconnect yourself.
I think it
Um,
did. Yes, disconnected.
Yep. Too many services running at the same time.
His internet subscription. He didn't
Uh,
pay.
Too many internet services at the same time, and he forgot to pay for his internet subscription. Oh my goodness. Anyway, while
Well-
waiting for Pao, who wants to go next?
I don't know. Well, I guess I go next. Do I have? I have Netflix.
Hmm.
I've had that for a long time because I think it was 9 years ago when you still have to pick out like a DVD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll mail you a DVD to watch or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that until they went all digital.
Ah, so
I-
so you did reach that part where they were still
Mhm.
mailing DVDs.
Yep, and you have
Wow.
to mail it back. So I did that until they went digital. So I canceled the DVD part
Mm-hmm.
and just streamed everything.
Hmm.
Prime Video, 'cause
Uh huh. Yep.
again it comes with Prime, so it's very convenient. That's the
Yep.
only thing I haven't really watched many stuff in Prime Video.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly yung
Exclusives.
what was that? The Top Gear, or not
Ah.
Top Gear.
Mm,
What they did after Top Gear.
about cars.
The Grand Tour,
Ah, okay, okay.
just for the three guys because they're funny. Well, there's Crunchyroll.
Mm-hmm.
Have that for a while. And recently Hulu,
Mm-hmm.
because that's where I can get the new season of The Good Place.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Good Place.
Mm-hmm.
Love that show.
Right? It's really fun. It's really funny.
I'm back.
There you go.
Oh, there we
That
go.
Indian girl is so hot.
What happened?
My router crapped out.
Hmm.
So I had to switch to the other frequency for
Oh.
something.
Frequencies.
The other SSID.
Anyway, we're talking about Alan's subscriptions now, so
We'll go back. We can go back to
we'll
you.
go back to you after Alan.
Like part two.
Part 2. Sequel.
Because I think I used to have Pandora Music and Spotify,
Mm-hmm.
but I canceled those to just focus on or just get Amazon. Sorry, not Amazon. Apple Music.
Apple Music, okay.
For the same reasons that Pao had, because it's just a lot easier to make a playlist from them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Then recently Apple TV Plus, but I got that for free from getting an iPhone.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're
you
watching
get
C?
1 year free.
Yeah, you get it for a year
Hmm.
free before they start charging you. As far as game, uh, I have I have the Origin access,
Mhm.
which
Ooh.
well, it came in handy right now since Need for Speed Heat came out.
Yeah.
Right, so there's that PlayStation Plus,
Mhm.
the
Game Pass.
Xbox Live,
Uh-huh.
Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass, or
Or
whatever
is
it's
that
called
the
now.
Game Pass Ultimate? I think
Uh-huh.
the one that includes
But
the Xbox Live.
Yep.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yep.
But I haven't really played the Xbox or turned it on in almost a year.
Aww.
Mm-hmm. Then what else? What other subscriptions I have? Think that's about it.
Hmm. Okay. How about Cal? Before we go back to Pal.
Yeah, my list is pretty short. I have Netflix, Hulu,
Mhm.
VRV, Amazon
Mhm.
Prime. That's about it. For media, I
Mhm.
have PSN Plus. Uh, what else? Uh, and yeah, that's it. I'm doing the whole trial for Game Pass. That's why I'm
Ah.
playing Outer Worlds. But
Okay.
yeah, that's about it.
It's nice. How
Not
about you,
pretty
Pal?
reasonable.
Want to continue?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, what 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 did I
Talk
stop at?
about your
You're planning
subscription to
to.
Hentai Weekly.
What?
Hentai Weekly subscription.
Oh no, I canceled that one.
Cancel that. Oh,
At some point, you'll go through all the entire library.
Including Boku no
Uh,
I'll be
Pico.
upgraded to Hentai Daily from Hentai Weekly.
Anyway, last.
there's a lot
Mhm.
more free stuff out there
Mhm.
that you don't really need to subscribe. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Anyway, last you were disconnected is you're planning to disconnect your Google Play Pass, from what I heard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, Google Play Pass is not. I think not worth it for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, it's basically taking existing apps and making them free. It's not like what Apple did with Apple Arcade, where they actually have brand games.
Exclusive games and stuff.
Well, exclusive as in it's not going to be available on Android.
Hmm.
And like not going to be a game on Google Play Pass like Shinsekai,
Mm-hmm.
because Google's not going to pay for that. it, it basically has to be an existing app, and that Google thinks is interesting before
Mhm.
they put Google Play Pass. So on like all the games there are like old or games that you probably already played,
Mhm.
like Monument Valley 2
Mm-hmm.
is there, and
Here's the question though.
yeah.
Just sorry, mid thing. So if you have Google Play Pass, is that gonna give you like games from Stadia, or is that separate?
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
It is completely separate
Oh, that sucks.
because it's on Android. It's Stadia is not. Stadia is a different platform.
I think it's a missed opportunity, right? That would be pretty great if
Yeah,
you could be like,
yeah. I
Google
completely,
Pass.
I completely agree. But Google's gonna Google.
Google gonna Google.
Google's Google.
Uh, also have HBO.
Oh my god. That's expensive. $14?
Yep.
Or 15?
I get $14-15.
Mm.
But I got it for I got it from Amazon, so it's part of my account on Amazon Prime,
Mm-hmm.
and I got it last time just to finish off Game of Thrones, but
Mhm.
now I wanna go through Chernobyl and Silicon Valley
Mm-hmm.
and last week tonight, so all those nice HBO songs. So I'm actually I was actually thinking of canceling it, but then I remembered Chernobyl was there, so like, oh, okay.
That's a lot. When you
Oh,
said
yeah, it's
you
a
were
lot.
you were overboard, then no, I really believe you went overboard.
Believe it.
Anyway, right now I only have Netflix, usual Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, and Verve. So that's for my videos. Once in a while, I do subscribe to iFlix or Hook, depending on who has the better exclusives. Fox Plus sometimes, and Disney Plus. But since Disney Life, which was offered by Globe for free recently, then after about 1 month, they start charging you about 100 plus pesos. So I'm not sure if I'm going to subscribe to it since Disney Plus is coming on the 12th. So I might get that. So other than that, I got Switch Online, which is basically I think the only gaming service I have right now. Yeah, I guess that's it. Compared to you guys, I'm spending a lot
Lame.
less. And I have a comic book
Lame.
subscription. That's it.
We
Oh
pretty
yeah,
much have the
I
same.
also have Fun and Jump.
Ah, yeah, Shonen Jump. I'm subscribed to
Yeah, we
Amazing
pretty much have the
Spider-Man.
same. Aside from PSN, for me, we have the same.
Hmm.
So we're both the reasonable guys here.
You mean the lame guys?
Ouch, man! Coming soon. I just need more money. Then I can be as lame as
Shonen
you.
Yeah, Shonen Jump's a good one.
Oh yeah, Shonen Jump. I'm subscribed to Shonen Jump because I'm following Spy X Family. So yeah,
Spy Cross Family.
Spy Cross Family. Yeah, no. Spy Family.
Yeah, you might also want to start. Might also want to read Yuzakura. Like what was that? Mission Yuzakura Family.
And I think it also has Chainsaw Man, which you guys
Yep,
have been
Chainsaw Man is in there.
talking about, and I
Yeah.
have no idea what you guys are doing. So I'll try to
Yep.
catch up.
Oh yeah.
it's getting good right now.
Everything's
yeah.
getting good with you.
Yep, it's getting good, man. It's getting good.
It's no, I can vouch for that. It's getting good.
Yeah, if you caught up, it's really good.
Anyway, I'll put it in my
Yeah, it's a great way
reading
of-
list.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Today is this year is gonna be the year.
It's gonna be
It's
the
gonna
year.
be here.
But yeah, I also recommend the mission of Yazakura Family.
Mhm.
It's a bit more lighthearted, but it's also concerning spice. Like
Mission
your-
Yazakura Family. Okay, 11 chapters. I can still catch up with that one.
Yep. Also I'm also reading the Tokyo Shinobi Squad.
Mhm.
Uh, that's a bit more generic. It's a generic shonen story, but I know it's starting to grow on me. That's the one with the one guy whose special moves are like Jollibee and Balut.
Oh, that one. Okay, okay. It's jump.
You say Jollibee?
Yep.
Yeah, Jollibee.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
yeah, because the setting of Tokyo Shinobi Squad is Tokyo in the near future, where they actually opened up uh, like hyperloop style tunnel between Tokyo and other cities in Asia and
Mm.
Southeast Asia and Russia. And what happened was because they opened up Tokyo, it suddenly became like a lawless society, and basically it caused the growth of shinobi squads, which are kind of like PM PMCs, I
Mhm.
guess. But they all and they all have like a special a name. It, it's kind of like a modern. Think of a modern fairy tale or something.
Ah, okay, okay.
But uh, but so it's opened up to Southeast. So the one of the main characters is actually a Thai boy,
Mhm.
and so that explains why one of the characters, the Jollibee special. So
Hmm.
yeah, so it's like it's shonen comfort food.
Ah, okay, okay. Nice.
Like I don't mind if you don't read it, but you might like it.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Disney Plus next week starts.
Uh,
Uh, let's see what happens.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, that will
yeah.
be the
That's all I'm
most
excited for.
pirated show ever.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually excited for Obi-Wan.
Yeah, but I think that starts next year. I think
Yeah.
they haven't started production yet, so I have no idea.
Uh, I'm debating getting it just to be able to watch Gargoyles.
Gargoyles, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Gargoyles is there. The new series like Ducktales, I think it's already complete there. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, the best one, the best reason to get Disney Plus is Kazam. Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal says Kazam.
Kazam.
You gotta watch it. If you haven't watched it, you're lame.
Shazam?
Mm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
The, the lost
I,
Marvel brother.
but I think of all the subscription services that I have, the ones I probably give up are Verve,
Mhm.
uh, Netflix, because you know Netflix,
Yeah.
um, and Game Pass, Game Pass Ultimate, basically.
Ultimate. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because thanks to Game Pass, I was able to play Outer Worlds, so it's great. Yeah, which actually brings me to one of the things that I wanted to bring up in
Mhm.
that it's kind of surprising that there's a whole lot of subscription services that are popping up now,
Yep.
and yet and I but I actually think it's a good alternative because something like Outer Worlds would not have been as viable if we didn't have like a subscription service.
Mhm.
because it's like to make something like Outer Worlds, you need something like um, Rockstar or Bethesda money
Hmm.
or Microsoft money, or and it's like I mentioned before that Outer Worlds feels similar in scope to the newer Deus Ex
Hmm.
games, and Square Enix always said that Deus Ex was like it sold like 3 million, but disappointing,
Hmm.
and it's
Which
like
is super
it's
retarded.
no, but that's the reality of how expensive it is to make.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is still super retarded. Like
No,
you should. That's when you're
because
developing games.
but
Huh?
I don't know if I'm cutting out or if Paul's cutting out.
Both of you actually.
uh, we both stopped talking at the same time.
S- Yep, both of you stop talking. I don't hear
Oh, I
anyone
stopped
else.
talking. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I actually stopped. Yeah.
Everyone stop
No, I'm just
talking.
saying. I'm saying like it's like the same thing with movies, man. You know, you have to make like you have to have a reasonable budget
Yeah.
for video games too.
Mhm.
Not everyone has to have like AAA. Like just think about Capcom. You know, like they have such a great like model. You know, even if the game doesn't sell, you know, ridiculous, they make a lot of money. You know, because they're smart with their like you can like just look at Monster Hunter World, right? You know,
Mhm.
the engine is it's a little bit old already, but they're still you know squeezing squeezing a lot of money from it. And
Yeah,
then you have this
well, because the engine that they're used for Monster Hunter World has been used in like 100 other games. So it's
yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. They're squeezing the crap out of it, and it's
Yeah.
proof that you don't need to keep developing a new frigging engine for you know for every
Well,
new game
I
yeah,
mean
release.
that's not true for every game, because I
Oh
mean,
yeah, no for sure.
like
But
Anthem
there's a lot of
Anthem is a very good example of a game with the wrong engine used.
yeah,
I mean,
but
I don't know. Like
that's e-
we know that Dice can
But
pull off huge environments with that engine.
that's
It's just
true.
that you know.
but you're basically shoehorning an RPG into an FPS engine.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I think in Anthem's case, it's just they're just bad. I mean, not to shit
Yeah, they just
on
got
them,
shit
but
on.
it's like if you see
Yep.
the stuff like user made people like the you know like consumers make
Hmm.
like on the regular, it's like
Right.
it's kind of shameful. You see all these devs, you know,
No,
making like
it
inferior products. And stuff.
right. To that point, since we start with the movies, like when you think about actual movies that don't have any budget, like uh indie movies who suddenly become big blockbusters that earn 10 times their original budget, right?
Mhm.
They worked on what they had and just polished their work.
Uh, it's a bit more complicated than that, but
I'm just saying, it's like if other companies can do it, you know, can be fiscally responsible when they're developing games. I'm pretty sure other you know there's other people can do it too. You know,
yep,
it's just a case
yep.
of
But
you know do they want to put the effort? And most of the time, it's no.
well, sometimes because sometimes it's also depending on the expectations for the market. Because let's take a different example. Let's uh, like Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Mm-hmm. Flight
Like
Simulator.
that was a game that, yeah, Flight Simulator was a game that was announced in Xbox's E3 presentation this year,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the things that surprised me was that, well, one, it's the first flight simulator in like what, 10 years,
I
maybe
think so.
more,
Yeah.
and um, it's also coming to consoles like for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and like for Microsoft Flight Simulator, there's a
Mm-hmm.
certain expectation for that because you're expecting like really nice looking environments because it's a flight simulator.
Mm-hmm.
So there there's all these things that are expected from it
Mm-hmm.
at a certain standard, which is which I think is very expensive to implement,
Mm-hmm.
which is probably why it wasn't touched by Microsoft for a long time. And one of the reasons I think they felt confident that they could bring it back now is because they could, um, for lack of a better term, they could subsidize it through Game Pass.
Mm.
Like obviously, like if you start charging $60 for Flight Simulator, I mean flight sims themselves are a very niche genre,
Yep.
but they have very dedicated fans, and it's like I don't think it would be viable to have like Flight Simulator available only as a boxed experience
Yep.
because it's so expensive. They're basically like now I think they're basically modeling the entire planet Earth.
And it's
But
the
then
licenses that's also
yeah,
expensive on this
yeah, they
game.
have to license the aircraft.
Yep.
Even on certain uh even in certain places, like physical places.
Yeah,
Like
even the
there are some
airports have
places that
licenses as well.
yeah,
So you have to
yeah,
license the LAX airport. You have to license the Manila airport and stuff. So yeah,
correct. Yeah,
expensive
correct.
stuff.
Yeah. And it's like a lot of people were asking for a new flight simulator. Like
Hmm.
a small dedicated group was always asking for flight simulator, but it wasn't really feasible
Yeah.
until something like Game Pass came along, and now they can offer it as part of an add-on to Game Pass. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like the same thing that Netflix is doing for something like their Marvel shows.
Mm-hmm.
The purpose of the Marvel shows is to get like a specific audience invested in Netflix, paying that subscription,
Mm.
and hope that the other content also keeps them inside, keeps them subscribing to Netflix.
Mm.
So like that's um I don't want subscriptions to replace the traditional market that we have where you can buy games from GameStop or Walmart or Amazon or something. But I like that there's an alternative, so that like if I think about it now, if I had a kid, for example, who wanted a game console, one of the first things I'd probably think about is getting them an Xbox One S, getting Game Pass, and not buying another game for for like 1 year, because they'll have like so many games to play.
Okay.
No, it's definitely a great value, especially now. You know, you have Gears 5 and Other Worlds.
Well, yeah, all the Gears game are on there. All the Halo games are on there. Like you got a couple of Forza games on there. Outer Worlds is on there. Sea of Thieves is on
Thieves.
there.
Yeah, it's definitely a great value.
Yeah. Like something like Sea of Thieves, even I don't think that would have, if they made that like a normal, if Game Pass didn't exist, it probably would have ended up like Anthem,
Hmm.
because because like one of the complaints then was that there isn't a lot of things to do with Sea of Thieves, aside from just explore and steal from other players or something. Be a pirate. But then they kept improving and improving, adding content, and I don't think that would have been possible if they didn't have like a subscription like Game Pass. If it, I think Game Pass added to the success of something like Sea of Thieves. But that's just me being an armchair analyst.
Okay. So, is that all we got for subscription services?
Don't go overboard.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try Steam. I shall let you know how Stadia.
Oh yeah, you subscribed with Stadia. My God.
Well, I didn't subscribe.
You got the
I bought the Founders Edition.
yeah, it includes a subscription, so
It's
yeah,
like a 3-month subscription or something.
it's the same. It's a subscription.
Not really.
You're just after the controller.
Yep. I just want the controller and the Chromecast, because I have a terrible addiction to controllers.
Which we
Like-
talked about in the previous podcast.
Yeah.
Yes. If Alan has keyboards, I have controllers.
There should be some like loot box that contains controllers only. Loot box subscription.
Wait. I think there is.
My God.
But more on like manhwa keys or buttons or stuff like that.
Okay. No, not the actual controller. Just basically components.
That's part of it. I'll try to look it up, but
No. No. It's like I got it's like I just got the Saturn Bluetooth controller from Retrobit.
Mhm.
And it's like I don't even need it, because I already have like their USB Saturn controller. But I just wanted a wireless one. So it's like so now I've got like 2 Genesis controllers, 2 Saturn controllers. Like
Too much stuff, man.
Lots
yeah.
of stuff.
Like I don't even know what I'm gonna do with all this stuff. But that's all right. I don't have a sofa.
Okie dokie. Okay, so what time is it? 2:51. Yeah, let's end it here. Any one of you guys want to add any other subject before we end the podcast?
Any
Yours
shoutouts?
the best.
don't go overboard.
Yeah, don't go overboard. Know your limits. Just because it's just $5 a month. If you're paying for 10 services that are $5 a month, okay, that's gonna add up.
Yep. Gonna add up really quick.
From the mentions that you did earlier, I think we went beyond $50 already with your subscriptions.
Yeah, I think so.
My God, $50 per month.
Because $15 is for Game Pass, plus the $14 for HBO, plus the $10 for Netflix, plus the well, at least my Apple Music is just $2 or $3 because I still have my Philippine account.
Spotify here is just 126 pesos.
Yes, so that's the secret. Use the third world discount.
Third world discount. Okay. Anyway, I just have one rant regarding the score of Death Stranding. Everybody says it's a very boring game, but they still gave it a 10 out of 10. That did not make any sense for me.
uh, I don't know about those people who called it boring, but I think the US Gamer review
Mhm.
probably explained a bit of it. It's not to say that it's boring, but it's tedious.
It's not fun. It's not that it's boring. It's not fun. That's what
I
I
don't-
remembered.
I don't know about them, but
Yeah.
it's like a game can be tedious but entertaining.
Uh-huh.
Like Co-op,
Co-op.
like Co-op.
That's
Uh,
frustrating.
Yeah, but it's just like fun. It's entertaining. Like when you fall flat on your back after like 2 meters.
I only got a maximum of 2 steps on that game.
So I imagine it's kind of something like that.
Mhm.
Like like Flight Simulator.
Yeah.
Like people who play Flight Simulators know that it's like tedious because you have to follow the actual instructions of how to operate an airplane. But
Yeah.
then that's what's entertaining for them.
Mhm.
So I'm guessing that Death Stranding has that same kind of appeal
Mm.
because the main point of the game is to get from point A to point B.
Yep.
But I'm guessing like how you get from point A to point B is where a lot of the things work.
Yeah. I have a problem
So-
with the people actually always stating repetitive on games. It's not a big factor, actually. If a game is repetitive, life is
All games are
repetitive.
repetitive.
Jobs are repetitive. Our life is repetitive.
Yeah, what's with this real life? You wake up in the morning every day, wake up in the evening. You go to sleep in the evening.
Yeah.
It's like, man, real life is repetitive.
Exactly. That's my point.
Sunrises.
They feel like they want freedom from repetitiveness. They're not. We're still trapped in the matrix. I took the blue pill. I'm still here.
You took Viagra.
Wait, what do you mean
Fight
repetitive?
over
Like, a game itself is repetitive?
Yeah,
or-
they find it a big problem if a game is repetitive. I mean, sports are repetitive. They don't give a big shit about that. No.
Isn't that called isn't that called replayability?
Yeah. Replayability. Every game is
What-
replayable.
Right.
Yes,
What's with this Street Fighter? It's so repetitive.
Yeah.
All you do is fight one person for 99 seconds.
Yeah, it's repetitive. Every game is repetitive. So I don't see it a big factor in reviewing a game. So basically, what happens in Death Stranding, where you go from point A to point B, yeah, it's repetitive, but
Well, isn't that the kind of like the point of the game? He's a delivery man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. As I've said, the job is repetitive, so you're like a guide with the job, and you could just keep
Mm-hmm.
repeating from going from one place to another. So yeah,
Well,
repetitive.
look at this God of War game. So repetitive. All
Kill
you do
God.
is your shout at your boy.
Boy,
Oi.
Boy. Boy.
boy,
Boy. 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 Boy.
Repeat after me, boy.
boy,
Oi. Oi.
boy.
Yeah, even our podcast is repetitive.
Yeah,
Have echoes.
exactly. I'm not sure what's happening, but for some strange reason, there's probably it's the connection with Discord. Let's try select a different server next time. I'll try something from the US because the server is from Singapore right now. So I think I'm only generating an echo through you guys, but I don't hear it much.
Yeah, you're the only one without an echo.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
You're
Let's
the only
try.
one not repetitive.
Yeah.
If you go to Cebu,
Mhm.
if you go to Cebu, don't have unprotected sex.
Where did that come from?
That's your public service announcement from Pilgrim Podcast.
Man. So hard. So hard. Don't you know how cute Cebuanos are?
Yes, you have to be hard to have sex. Oh my god. This podcast is going nowhere.
We're, we're going to shit.
We're already shit in the first place.
Yeah.
We're just doing this for fun, so if someone claims.
We are?
Yeah!
I thought we were doing this for money.
Hell, if we get about 10 subscribers or something.
Do they give us like free stuff?
Nah. And I
Who
think
gives
we're
a
going to get
fuck?
claimed as well and stuff, so might as well.
We can start getting early early access.
Early access. What are we,
Pre-order
Rooster
bonus.
Teeth?
Uh-huh.
Watch Death Battle before everyone else. Subscribe to Rooster Teeth. Yeah.
Pre-order now, and Pao will leave a voicemail for your leave a message for your voicemail.
Where Pa will say, Magandang umaga!
I'll read a random Steam game description for
Oh
your
yeah, there's
Alright.
that. There's that. You got
If
one?
you want,
Well,
if you
no,
want
my
Pao
Steam's
to
acting
recite
up
Unlimited Blade Works on your voicemail, pre-order now.
I am the bone. My sword.
Wait, how do you get that? Where do we pre-order?
Uh,
And I'll do it in an accent of your choice.
And if you subscribe, you can get Alan's lewd Snapchat.
Oh,
what the heck is that? Dick pics or something?
subscribe to my
You'll-
Patreon.
Yeah, you'll have to find out. You know. And if you donate 1,000 pesos, you'll get Vince's bathwater.
My God. Even I'm disgusted by that.
What about speaking of subscription services?
Mhm.
There's mga Patreon, Patreon subscriptions for what's popular right now. Well, kinda
Oh
like what
yeah,
Cal said,
I
mga
did subscribe
nudes.
to one of those Patreon guys who does mods. I just think just for 1 month. When I got the mod, I unsubscribed. What an
okay.
asshole!
You want to hear something so depressing?
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
So I was watching this video about Belle Delphine, the backwater girl.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much money she makes a month?
Uh-huh.
Like 130K a month just
Damn.
from Patreon.
Wow.
Just from-
Patreon,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just from Patreon.
Just showing her boob
That's
thing.
after no. That's after Patreon's cut.
Yeah.
How much taxes does she pay?
Well, I don't know about the taxes and everything, but that's still ridiculous. Even if you have pay taxes or cut, it's still ridiculous amount of money.
No, I mean that's why a lot of models do that.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a Steam game for you
130K
guys.
Pesos or dollars?
Dollars,
Tell me,
most
man.
probably.
You can Green Hills podcast Bathwater.
I got a Steam game for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
VR Paradise is a virtual strip club for educated grown-ups who own a VR headset. Enjoy
Oh,
a hot
man.
gentleman's
Grown-ups.
club environment with several simultaneous shows on stage, table dances, and explicit nude private dances on demand.
Oh yeah.
wait,
Yes.
Is it
Explicit.
nude private dance?
Count
Is,
me in.
is there a non-explicit nude private dance?
I would like
Wait, where is it available?
Steam.
Oh.
VR.
Is it available for the Oculus Quest?
I don't know. Maybe you check.
Damn
I don't own one of those.
Wait, what was the name again?
VR Paradise.
Let's see.
Naughty Maid 2.
VR Paradise.
Yep.
No, it is not available for the Oculus Quest. So I have to wait for the Oculus link.
Anyway, that's my game. Goodness gracious. Oh yeah, Nintendo just released a new game called The Stretchers. It's about two medics. One player controls one medic and the other, and while carrying that stretcher, you guys collect the victims, I think. And while doing that, you'll be avoiding obstacles. So you can play it as one player, where one what do you call this? One stick is actually one of the people. So you control both people using both sticks.
Ah, like brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So really fun game. I've played about 3 stages now, and there's that part where you have to drive that ambulance as fast as you can. So it's got a crazy taxi mechanic as well, and the longer you play, you get upgrades for your for the ambulance, so it could get wings and stuff, nitro boosters. Really fun stuff. So
They really went for realism.
oh yes, very realistic.
Yes.
So highly suggested. It's
I
I think $20 on the Nintendo eShop right now. It's on the US eShop already. Just launched last night. So yeah, highly
Yeah.
recommended.
Took a while to get to the US
Yeah,
because healthcare.
healthcare. Trump. I will trump all your healthcare.
Thanks, Obama.
Bama Ob. Okay, anything else, guys?
Not yet. Thank you for
shout
our
out to Retrobit.
sponsors.
Sponsors.
Shout out to Retrobit for making the really nice Sega controller that you totally did not send me for free. but I wish you did because I have four of them.
Great. That's the six-button controller, right?
Yeah, I have two of the Genesis 6 button controllers, one Saturn USB controller, and one Saturn Bluetooth controller.
Controller collector indeed.
Yep.
Anyone else?
Thank you for all of our subscriptions. That's taking all our money, but providing us with endless entertainment.
Yeah.
When I
Endless
say
entertainment.
endless, I mean backlog of shows,
Yep.
an ever-growing
Yeah.
backlog.
That's intense. Anyway, another thing is, I think when is the 20th? Next week. Yeah, Frozen 2 next week, week after. So, yeah, I'm gonna see that first day. Fantastic. What shows? What movies are showing right now? Other than Doctor Sleep, can't really think of one. Anyway, Terminator is not that bad, not that good either. So you can miss it. Anyone else? Oh, very silent. Okay, so that's it for podcast number 16 of GHP. Have a great day, guys. Bye.